following program is an exclusive Disruption Networks production.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broking everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Hey, Disruption Network. This is Mike Sacco, the general manager at Nye Volkswagen of Rome. If you don't know me by name, it's only because you have not received the best deal. There's only one reason to leave Utica, and that's to come see me in Rome and get the best deal on your next new, pre-owned, or certified VW. Mention that you heard this ad from Disruption Network and receive $250 off your next vehicle purchase. You'll know why our customers say, I love my Nye VW. Come see us at 5865 Rome Taberg Road in Rome, or visit us online at nyvwofrome.com.
Join us Saturday, October 13th as Disruption Network and Doughboy Barbecue presents Trip Fest 2 at the Jewish Community Center, 2310 Oneida Street in Utica. A night to pay homage to Vinny, Captain Trip Moriel. Utica icon, yo! Come pick through all Captain Trip's personal treasures, local artist display, food from Doughboy Barbecue, beer, wine, and live music. Bands include, after a 24-year hiatus, the return of Taurus, Kate Devin, The Crazy Fools, Thunderwatt, and a 315 All-Star tribute to the Grateful Dead. Tickets are $10 in advance and $15 at the door. Partial proceeds to benefit Laney's Army. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Taurus kicks it all off at 6:30. It's Trip Fest 2, Saturday, October 13th. Trip Fest 2 is sponsored by Nye Volkswagen of Rome, 92.7 FM The Drive, Priceless Inspection, Donato Appraisal Services, Dr. Scott Domenico, and Saranac Brewery.
The Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley was born when three top producing agents with over 25 years of combined experience selling real estate joined forces to take real estate to the next level. We practice with honesty, integrity, and the knowledge to help make the buying and selling process easy and stress-free for all of our clients. We pledge to always make our clients our top priority from start to finish and even after the house is closed. We will always be a valued resource for information and assistance for our buyers and sellers. Our customers over the years have become not only past clients, but great friends. As we join hands together as the Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley, we look forward to serving our clients and our community and making a positive difference. You can reach us at 315-601-9630 for all of your real estate needs.
Welcome to EC Radio Podcast. We would like to thank all of our sponsors for joining the Disruption team, and we hope that you will support all of our sponsors. And of course, we appreciate you listening to this program.
Only on the D!
The more technical difficulties, as always. What's happening, everybody? It's EC Radio. How you doing? Maybe they can hear it out there. I don't know. No. Who knows? But we can't hear it in here. Anyways, who knows? Technical difficulties, as always. That's my middle name. Anthony, Technical Difficulties. Thank you.
Sorry, I had to check.
Anthony, Technical Difficulties, Donaldson, Z. Anyways, how you doing, people? It's Thursday, EC Radio time. You can find us at the home base at disruptionnetwork.net. Chicken joining me today. What up, bro?
What's going on?
D-Line happening tonight.
Yes, we are.
It happens tonight at 6 o'clock, going in and out the insides and outsides of the NFL.
Yep, we keep it, straight and serious.
Straight and serious.
No swearing, no goofing around, nothing.
No. Who you kidding? Smash, boy. That's a...
Mad at you, boy.
Yeah,
I deserve that one.
Boy. Mad at you, boy.
Got three of them, so... Anyhow, D-Line happens tonight at 6 o'clock. You see the glasses on right now? You see the pink beard? It is Real Men Wear Pink time. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we are looking for your help here around the D. But before we get into all that, I got to introduce my guest. First off, musician, longtime friend Gary Johnson in the house with us. Gary, good to see you, buddy.
You too.
How's everything?
Always. Life is good.
Just life is good. I had to lower that down
life.
a little bit.
It's everything.
Ran for president. How'd that go?
Yeah, it's okay. I'm running for Senate now.
Senate
Nice.
now? Right on. I
get my
voted
vote.
for you.
Me too, for my own. I used to be
I feel like you have to, right?
when MySpace was a thing. I was the first Google result when you typed in my name. That's against NFL players and NBA players and British football players. And,
Really?
and even him, as a governor. But and then I voted for him, and everyone else did. Now you can't. I'm on page 8,000 something.
Do people come up to you and tell you all the time, I voted for you, dude?
I was at a relatively local hyper-liberal campus in the Hamilton area. I'll leave it at that. And one of the student activities directors got a angry phone call from one of the very higher-ups within the college, wondering why they would dare bring a libertarian candidate on campus when all their core investors are Democrats.
Wow. Yeah.
So, and I had
It's not me.
I've had guys show up to because some of my shows are in theaters, some are in auditoriums, others are noon in a lunchroom. And I had a kid in Jersey one time, the kind of kid you would imagine would get upset about the fact that I wasn't the presidential candidate speaking in his lunchroom at like noon on a Wednesday. Or the YouTube comments are always, "You're not the weed guy." That was this whole thing. And
Gary, honestly, I wish you were the weed guy.
Right?
I'm not that cool.
Also joining us, Bob Elinkas.
Yes.
I said it right?
Yep.
I did it.
Yep.
Boom. Not too many get it right, huh?
No, not many at all.
And Bob is from the American Cancer Society.
Mm-hmm.
He's got us into the Real Men That Wear Pink. And we did it last year. I did it last year and raised up some money. And then they were like, Z, you got to do it again. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do the numbers I did last year. So what if I drag the whole crew into it? And they're all like, dude, I don't have anything pink.
It's so tough, man.
And none of us do. We all wear black around here.
I found the closest thing I had to pink. It's got pink skulls on it.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
So I called up Bob. I'm like, dude, you got to bring down something pink, please. Come on the show and bring down some pink. So thank you so much for the glasses and the hat and the T-shirts and the pins and everything. And
Gave you the hookups.
I'm going to make sure the boys wear it.
Perfect.
Perfect. That's for damn sure. So we are in the middle of Real Men Wear Pink.
Mm-hmm.
We just posted our link over there. Gary's involved as well. Mm-hmm. And there's a bunch of candidates this year. Talk about who else we have for candidates.
Yeah, last year we had 12 guys doing it from across the Mohawk Valley. This year we're up to 20, so the class has grown. And lots of great people from lots of different backgrounds, ages, people in corporate, people in media, people in politics, I mean, everything in between. And but all united because they want to do something about breast cancer, and that's the great part about it. It's everybody has their own reasons, but they're all here to support the same mission. So it's great to see. The guys have all been super to work with, and we're halfway through the campaign already. It's almost the 15th of the month. It's kind of amazing to think that we got this far already.
It goes so fast.
Yep, absolutely.
Time just flies by.
Yep.
I don't even think there's 24 hours in a day anymore. I think it's down to like 20.
It could be. Of course, when it gets dark at night earlier, too, it kind of doesn't help things either.
Is that daylight savings time?
Yeah, it's coming soon, too. That'll be here in like next week.
So they're supposed to do away with that.
There's always a talk about it. I don't know if they've taken any action on it, but yeah.
Who knows if they'll ever come to fruition. But anyhow, so we're in the middle of the Real Men Wear Pink. Also, we got to make an announcement, too. We will be guest bartending next Wednesday at Wakely's, my old stomping grounds, 700 Varick Street.
Oh, you been in that building before?
A couple for 10 years, actually. And even before that, I was drinking underage in that place, too. Anyways, back in the 80s. Anyhow, we're doing a guest bartending thing at Wakely's, 700 Varick Street. We've got a bunch of candidates from the Real Men Wear Pink. The D is going to be set up. We're going to broadcast live. Gary's going to be throwing down some licks and playing some music for us. I'm pretty excited about that. That starts at 5 o'clock, correct?
Yep, from 5 to 8. And I think we've got about 7 candidates from the class that are going to be there guest bartending. So they're raising money through tips. So if you come down and get something to drink, tip them well, because they'll all be splitting the tips at the end of the night, and it'll all go towards their fundraising for the Real Men Wear Pink.
Excellent.
Yep.
Excellent.
And I'm actually also going to be performing, and they have a piano there, so I'm going to be doing a piano show.
They don't actually anymore.
They don't?
No, they took it out.
Boo. Well, I'll be bringing a piano. So there'll be a piano there, and I'm going to have to talk with them about that.
Well, they took it out to make more room because the stage is small to begin with, so they took it out. But anyway.
Well, I'm going to be doing a piano show that night, and doing all by request and donating all my tips. So likewise, I think we were talking earlier about kind of creating some scenarios where I might do some crazy things for crazy money.
Online chatter type of thing. Yes, so we'll get some props ready for you.
I'm not scared.
I know you're not scared, buddy. I know. Man, I've been following your journey. You've been like all over the place, huh?
It's been good. Yeah, life has been busy, but I've been trying to stay Maine to Ohio to Virginia is my current kind of limits for the most part. Just with kids, it's nice to be somewhat close to home. And there's so many colleges in that area that it's possible.
And you're still doing the college circuit, right?
Yeah. So I'm doing. I'm very busy there, but I'm also doing a lot of local stuff, which I stopped for a while. I kind of got. I just had to stop. I've been playing out since I was a little kid, literally. Yeah. And I was playing regularly every weekend when I was like 13, 14. So the 2 a.m. Mustang Sally kind of thing just kind of got old, as you know.
Yeah.
But I love it again. It's kind of just been rejuvenated and needed to take a break, walk away. And but I've been doing a lot of stuff at the casino and a lot of stuff locally and whatnot. So.
I always felt that's why you and Jeff Moyer got along so well, because you guys were both that 13-year-old kid playing in the bars, going to school the next morning.
Yeah.
And I always felt your chemistry was really good with each other, in the Dashboard Nixon days.
There was more than once where I, in high school, would see one of my teachers at a show, and we'd all kind of pretend that it wasn't happening until the next day. And I was like, well, if I don't, I know I was 5 minutes late, but I also saw you doing, body shots at the bar. To be fair, the body shot incident was a substitute teacher, but it still got me a period off, is what I'm saying.
Good story. But yeah, I think you guys gelled really well. That was a monster band, man. Maybe you guys should do a reunion one of these days.
Nope.
Nope.
No, it was a little shooting star, and I like it that way. It was. I equate that band, with no disrespect to anyone involved, because obviously I am as well. It kind of feels like Chuck E. Cheese. I think if we went back, we'd be like, this isn't how I remember it. I like it. I like thinking of it. I think of Chuck E. Cheese as a kid. It was this it was a mall. It was huge, and everything was awesome and clean.
Do you see yourself doing another band again, or?
Yeah, I'm actually putting together a band right now with some guys you probably know, Kevin Sullivan.
Yep.
Steve Anderson.
Of course, I know all those. I know all those clowns.
Yeah, exactly. So they were in a band. I was in a band when I was 16 with a guy named Jay Wilhelm.
Yes.
Who was their drummer when they were in Coercion and then the Blueprint.
Right.
And he passed away in 2008, which is actually what he and I became involved with the Cancer Society when he was diagnosed in 2003. We started as entertainment chairs for the Camden Relay, 03 to 05. Then 06 and 07, I actually chaired the whole event. And then 08, when everything happened, I kind of just took a little break.
Yeah.
But so I've been trying to find things like this to do to become involved. But the reason I mention him is his little brother. He's almost 30 now or whatever. He's in his late 20s, but I still think of him as his little brother. Is our drummer. So the four of us are doing a lot of the stuff that we used to do back when we were younger. So it's kind of a nod to that, and it's we're doing a show at the casino on November 17th.
Oh, so great.
Looking forward to it.
I'm glad to hear Kevin and Steve are actually doing it. I'm surprised you got Steve to get out of the house. How's that happening?
I promised him we could do a 311 song.
There you go.
No, it's we're doing it's all 2000s pop punk, Newfound Glory, Simple Plan, stuff like that, which we all kind of love, and we just haven't played in a really long time, and I don't think really many people are. So it's kind of all based around that. So I haven't been excited about playing in a band in a long time. And Dashboard broke up in 2011, so it's been 7 years since I've had a proper band. So
doing the solo thing since 2011, huh?
Yeah.
He does a really cool thing where he has people text him songs. It's like a thing at the colleges. He'll play like a lunch, right? We'll play during lunch hour in the cafeteria, and people will text him, and he'll just play whatever. And the guy knows about, 20,000 songs.
Wow.
People always ask me, what songs do I know and how many? And I couldn't answer. And I think if I tried, it would feel pretentious as hell. But it's one of those things. It's as a little kid. If I've ever heard something, it's stuck in there somewhere. So, and it's. When I started doing the college mark, I used to dread the times you're just kind of stuck in a corner of a cafeteria on a Tuesday afternoon. I still do, I love the theater shows and stuff like that, but something about having 400 kids that are just glad to not be, as kids, students that are just glad to not be in class eating chicken nuggets and singing Britney Spears is fun. So it's, so I didn't think that was what I was going to do with my life, but it takes me all over the country, and I love it. So.
I think it's amazing you can learn all those songs, remember them all.
Yeah. Do you read music?
No, the short answer is no.
Okay.
when I was in high school, that was actually a huge issue. I clashed with a lot of the band teachers, who I'm now really close with, trying to speak the same language, because we didn't. I mean, I knew how to do stuff, I just didn't know what it was called. And I had a teacher that pulled me aside. It could have been a movie plot, the way he just kind of learned. He knew how to read, and he had a good ear, and he could explain all the above and put it all together for me. And then, so I mean, I can read. I couldn't sit down. People that even to this day that can just pick up a piece of music and play it blow my mind. That's not me.
Here.
But I mean, I understand what's happening and whatnot. But
so all the songs are committed by memory.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, there's not as many times. There's a lot of times where I just destroy it. You know, it goes to hell. But I always tell people that it's. They have the understanding that might happen. That's part of it, and they're included in that. So I'll say, hey, listen, I don't really know "Follow Me" by Uncle Cracker, but it's pretty easy, so let's get through it. Or I might say, hey, I don't know how to do. I can't play Bohemian Rhapsody on the guitar, but let's try it. And if we have a train wreck halfway through, we're gonna figure out how to come back out of it. So it's kind of a little adventure for both of us. So
right on. Bob, have you ever seen Gary?
Not live. No.
He's a treat, man. He really is.
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to next Wednesday to see that.
The kid's a shredder. Yeah. I will tell you that. The kid definitely shreds. So it's gonna be a good time next Wednesday.
I'm sure for that.
Does it have to be like regular songs? Going to be like a TV show intro?
I actually do in my college show, so proper theater, normal shows, I do a block in the middle. When I kind of feel like maybe we've been barking up one tree for too long, I'll just say, all right, for the next 5 songs, it's just gonna be TV songs or just movie songs. So,
do you do the Jeffersons? I feel like you
or Gummy Bears. I remember the Gummy Bears.
I would. I'm not. It's really not hard to go on Instagram or YouTube and find some really bad. If I was able to be embarrassed, it would be really embarrassing.
Or like the Cheers theme song, things like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Golden Girls. Come on.
There you go.
Golden Girls theme song.
Did you find it? I thought you were like over there looking because
no, actually, I'm inviting people to watch this.
Thank you for being a friend.
That one, for whatever reason, last year I had to do it like 3 times. It kept popping up on Instagram. I'm just like, people are gonna think that. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna drive to Maine, 12 hours. I'm gonna play the Golden Girls. I'm gonna do.
I do some college relays, and I don't know. I get the sense that Golden Girls is popular with the college students for some odd reason. I don't know.
They're probably on at like 11 o'clock in the afternoon when they're on break.
Just getting up.
I think I'll go to Salvation Army and they buy like the novelty like T-shirts. Yeah. And they're like, all right, what's this about? And they go find it on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Like,
each and every one of you in this room have watched the Golden Girls.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't kid yourself.
And Betty White is still popular.
Yeah.
Oh, Betty White's awesome.
I love Betty White.
So what are you gonna do?
She's the only one left, right?
Yeah.
Out of the 3, she's what a shame. But she's a treasure. That woman.
She's like 90-something years old, I think now.
Oh, hilarious. She's a spitfire too. I like when they put her in skits and she's got a foul mouth. And
oh yeah, she's great.
It's hilarious, absolutely hilarious. So yeah, we're gonna have a great time at Wakely's next Wednesday. I'm excited for that. Now, Bob, let's kick it over to you for a second here and talk about the American Cancer Society. I feel like you guys have been busy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're always busy in terms of events and things. You know, we do a lot of events out of the local office, in particular Relay in the spring and Strides in the fall. But got a bunch of other stuff, too. We just wrapped up I guess you'd call it it's not a TV shoot, but it's a video shoot with sponsored by First Source. We're recruiting new drivers, volunteer drivers for our program where we provide free rides to patients that need assistance getting to their either treatment appointments or their oncology doctor visits. And we have a program called Road to Recovery where we provide free rides to patients who are in need. And we are down to like a couple of volunteers in the Mohawk Valley. So we really need to get some more volunteers involved in the program. So we talked to First Source earlier in the year because they like to sponsor something involved with our mission each year. And said, we really, this is one of our priorities for this year. And so they did this really nice video, which actually I'll share with you, and you can share out if you like. Absolutely. It's only about 3 minutes or so, but it just explains the program. It takes people through what happens when somebody picks up a patient, brings a patient, has a testimonial from one of the patients. You don't think about that as being really a big hurdle for patients when you're talking about cancer and everything that goes on with it. But for some patients, that's their biggest hurdle is just to get to their appointment, to get to their treatments. If you're getting radiation and it's every day for 6 weeks or 8 weeks, that's a lot of rides back and forth, especially for someone who might be older, who doesn't have a lot of family nearby, especially as you get into winter and people don't want to drive or they don't feel comfortable driving in winter. Yep, fixed incomes. Just to have a safe, dependable ride to treatment back and forth can make a big difference in them getting to their treatments like they're supposed to, and then hopefully getting well from that. So if somebody is interested in driving for our program, we can give them the information. There's really not a whole lot. You just have to have a fairly clean driving record, insurance, access to a clean and dependable vehicle, and being able to tap into our system to see when requests come in for patients that need rides. So it's great. It's a simple thing.
Incredible.
But it makes a huge difference to patients.
Yeah.
I've driven a couple patients myself over the years, and you will not find more grateful people.
I'm sure.
That they want to tip you and everything else, and it's it's just your pleasure to do it for them, and you know that it truly made a difference for them.
Yeah.
And if you really want to get that nice, warm feeling of gratitude, I mean, just driving a patient to treatment is something beyond belief.
And if it's local, of course, and you're not going too far. You're only going to Syracuse, right, or Rochester?
Yeah, the farthest most of our drivers will go, and it's based on them. If they don't feel comfortable going that far, they can just drive to one of the local facilities here. But we do need people to drive to Syracuse and occasionally to Albany, depending what happens. But most of the time, it's just, Rome, Utica, Oneida, those type of areas.
So it's not like you're going too far.
No.
And even Albany is a quick jump away. It's not that far.
And we work with your schedule. So even if it's, you can do 2 days a month, that's great. If it happens to work out that a patient needs a ride one of those 2 days, then we'll tap into you. If you can do more, that's great. We'll have the patients that would take you up on that. So everything's meant to work around your schedule, but just to try to get as many people in the system as we can so that we can meet as many rides and requests as we get.
Bob, how long have you been at the Cancer Society?
It'll be the start of my 24th year in January.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Now, was it something that you just wanted to apply for a job, or was it something that you had to do?
Actually, I always wanted to be a comic book store owner when I was in high school. But, I went into school for public relations. And
you got a good radio voice, by the way.
No one has ever said that, but thank you.
You do. You do.
I went for public relations, and I didn't know where I wanted to go with that. But my family's all in healthcare in various ways. I have two brothers and a sister, all younger, and they're all nurses. My mom was a nursing instructor at St. Elizabeth, so healthcare kind of runs in our family. And we always volunteered a lot. My brother had diabetes, so we were involved with the Diabetes Association when we were kids. And it was just a classified ad. I asked, in the newspaper when I was job hunting that says local special events director needed for nonprofit, apply. So I did and found out it was for the American Cancer Society when I went for the interview. And, the rest is history. So
24 years later.
Yes.
Here you are. Almost contemplating retirement.
65 relays and 20 you're making strides later.
I'm glad you brought up the relay, man. The Relay for Life, we had a great time there last year.
Mm-hmm.
We really did. I'd like to do that again next year. Mm-hmm. Just kind of set up and hang out. And a couple of our friends were playing. And it was just such a good hang. And to see, everybody get involved. And it was great.
It was my first time going. It was my first time being there. And I just didn't know what to expect. I didn't
want to leave.
Yeah, I stayed another 2 hours, 3 hours after we were done.
The first time I ever went to a relay, I think we all kind of went expecting it to be this depressing. Everybody's asking for money out of a thing, and
everyone mourning, and
we ended up having. I mean, like I said, I ended up running the event for 2 years, and I mean, obviously, I don't think we ever really connected. I know we emailed back way back in the day, but we didn't really connect till later. But it was just fascinating. I mean, I think if you
indeed
say to anybody who hasn't been to one, go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because it's not just like you're walking around. I mean, there's vendors and stuff to look at, and you make it interesting.
They had a theme and everything.
Yeah, it's not like you said. It's not a somber thing, and it's a fun event. And
the teams make it fun because most of the relays have themes of some sort, so they're all tying in with that and doing their own stuff at their campsite, whether it's a fundraiser or just wearing costumes or doing whatever they're doing to make it fun for themselves. And, the music that goes on and there's activities happening. We tie it back in at the beginning as the opening survivor lap when we honor survivors and caregivers. And then, of course, we have the luminaries at night to remember people. But in between all that, it's a community party in a lot of ways.
It is.
And it's a celebration of life. It's a celebration of the folks who either we're celebrating their memory or celebrating the fact they're still with us and doing well, hopefully. So it's a great event, and it's been amazing to see it grow over the years and how it's been embraced by so many people.
Yeah, indeed.
It affects everybody. That's the problem. I mean, that's the thing about it is that cancer affects everybody. Mm-hmm. I can't think of one person in this world that hasn't been affected by cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's something that touches everybody, but this is a chance to fight back. I mean, I think when it first started, the feeling was that cancer can be a very helpless feeling. So what do you do about that? And so this is a chance for each community to rally together and to really fight back against cancer and remember the people that are in their community that have been impacted in some way, whether remembering them or honoring them, celebrating them, what have you. And I think that's the magic of Relay, a lot of it. It ties it in with all the local people who've been impacted, but it's a community effort to get together and make a difference.
Indeed. Hey, you've been doing them a while, Gary? You've done a couple of them?
Yeah, I mean,
Relays?
I started 2003.
Yeah.
I mean, I chaired. First year, we became entertainment chairs. Myself and my friend Jay Wilhelm. Like I said, we were talking before, who was a drummer for Blueprint and Guergen, and my band IDMA and 60, a bunch. We played together forever.
Yeah.
So we became entertainment chairs a couple of years. He was undergoing treatment for liver cancer at the time. And then as he became more ill, obviously I stepped up. And I ended up chairing the event 07 and 08.
No, which relay?
Camden Relay.
Camden?
So, and it was amazing because we had this little, Camden is such a small place, but one year I was fortunate enough to go to Newark for a Northeast Regional Summit where representatives from each district would go kind of share fundraising ideas. And I went in because I knew people and I was watching them discuss paying for security, and I said, well, BOCES. They've got all these students that need hours. So I kind of started listening to all the ways they were spending money, and they were paying a sound guy. And I'm like, no. We'll find somebody that will do this. So we kind of started to find ways to save money. We became the first year that I chaired. Granted, it's a small area, so the figure is, I don't want to say deceptive. It's just we were the largest grossing per capita in the entire region. So this is Jersey and New York City, and so in Camden. So it was really, we tried to cut as many quarters as possible. And like I said, having, Jason was like a celebrity, and I mean, his battle was so public because I used to go pick him up. He was at Strong in Rochester. I'd drive out to Rochester and pick him up from chemo, and the nurses called him dead man walking. They would say that because he would be during treatments. He'd be up walking around, and he really probably shouldn't have been, but I'd pick him up on Friday night, and we'd come back and go play at Angels or Sweets, on the beach, and he'd be unfortunately getting sick in between songs out back, and, coming back out and drumming a punk show. He's playing Blink-182 and just giving it all. So I think because it was so visible, he helped us, that community a lot. And unfortunately, he passed away in 2008, so that community is still highly resonated with his name when it comes to that, but it got a lot of us involved, and we're super grateful to do it. And then I've kind of popped into Other Rome, and when I try to do events there, but I make sure that at the very least, the opening day, I normally do like 10:30 or 11:30 a.m. I do something at the Camden Relay, whether it's 5-6 songs, just at least try to be there for something. So
excellent.
It's awesome.
It's great that you do your part. It's important for everybody to get involved. Like Chicken said earlier, everybody's affected by cancer, so it is important to get involved. And we can use your help, too, by donating to our Real Men Wear Pink page. So we just posted it up there. I think that I pin it to the top. I will pin it to the top. But anyways, we are looking for your help. So if you can, click that donate button. And, we know everybody doesn't have a lot of money in their pockets. 10, 15, $20. $100, and we made some deals, actually, Bob. $100. We have producer Mike Pileggi around here, and $100, Pileggi will come over to your house and heat up some microwave food for you because he doesn't know how to cook.
I think if somebody donates $200, we should shave his chest.
Well, that's $200 was you get to have Sunday dinner at Grandma Pileggi's house on like Sunday. She makes the sauce, the meatballs, the whole Italian spread. So $200 if you donate it, you're going to Grandma Pileggi's house.
If you've never been to an authentic Italian house on Sunday for dinner, that is a bargain there.
Right, exactly. That woman cooks it up from what I hear. I haven't had her cooking yet, but from Pileggi,
she's Italian.
She's Italian, of course. But $250, I like $250. He'll shave his body hair.
Shave his chest right up.
Nair him up.
Yeah, he'll be pink.
And if anybody has any ideas for, if it comes from one of our listeners, obviously we'll split it up to do it. But as to something we can do on the 17th for me, whether what I play, what I wear, what I say, what I do, I'm interested to see what you guys can come up with that.
I like it. So we're throwing the challenge out right now. So should we just do it right now? And I need everybody that's watching this, share this, please. It would help us out here at the D, and of course our friends here at the American Cancer Society and Gary Johnson spread the word of all of us. But here's the challenge right now. Gary's throwing it out there. We're doing like a donation thing. So on next Wednesday, the 17th. people can request something for you to do or something for you to play, and you'll do it.
Yeah, and if it requires like props, either one, show up with them.
Okay.
or two, give me enough time to figure out if I can get it or not. But
I think we can come up with some props. I have boxes full of costumes.
We get some artist friends. Maybe they can make you something.
Yeah, we'll paint you up good, pal.
oh, I'm excited.
But I have a couple boxes of costumes. Maybe I'll bring them.
I'm not scared.
You could be Gary Johnson, Space Ghost.
There you go.
It was Mexican mask, right?
I got the Nacho Libre mask.
Perfect.
You wear one
pull
of
off
those.
a Jack Black impression, do some Tenacious D.
In a pink leotard.
There is a line. I'll drop.
You hadn't mentioned the line till this.
Yeah, right.
The line is faint. I didn't think I had one until you said leotard.
That's where it goes. That's the line right there.
Close to it, yeah.
All right, then my Victoria's Secret idea's out.
We can't shave you.
The funny thing is, I was trying to come up with a witty response, and then I realized that the silence made it seem like I was thinking about it. I don't, whatever.
We're going to have a good time. I want to thank Wakely's, too, for opening up their doors to us, and we made that happen pretty quick. He's like, I need a place to do it. And I'm like, I got a spot for you.
They are super excited to be doing it, too. Can't be any more thankful to have us there, and I think they're going to be great hosts. They're just absolutely wonderful about it, so I'm super excited to be there.
The last time you and I were in that building together, Dashboard was playing,
And I was drunk.
We were all highly. It was one of the worst blizzards I think we've ever had, and it was you, the bartender, and us. And for whatever reason, we still played. And I just remember we did Dookie start to finish. We played the whole album start to finich, and then we went home. That was it. This whole night.
I don't remember any of that.
I barely. People tell me about it.
Hashtag my blackout years. I don't remember any of it. But you guys did have some good nights over there at Dashboard Nixon and stuff.
It was fun. So.
Yeah.
But that was the last time, so I'm glad we go back under more memorable circumstances.
Yeah, right. The spirits are
Although these are the ones I'm going to want to forget.
the spirits are still there in that place, though. Guarantee it.
Let's see.
I guarantee it. They'll be excited to see all of us, I think.
Love it.
But that's going down next Wednesday at Wakely's from 5 to 8. Okay. So right after work, get out of work, come down, have a couple pops with us. You're doing a good deed by buying a drink and donating to the breast cancer awareness, making strides against breast cancer here.
Bring some coworkers with you, bring some friends, have meet up there. That's great. I mean, the guys will have fun with it regardless, and it should be a really good time. I mean, it's set up to be a really good time.
Do you know who are some of the candidates that are coming in by any chance, or?
Let's see. John Caledona is coming.
Is he?
From Clinton Tractor, yes.
By the way, before you mention the rest, can you bring up the raffle tickets? You just
Yeah, we've got raffle tickets that we've been selling through our office, and some of the different Real Men candidates have too. They're the Caledona family, Clinton Tractor, has donated a $4,000 value professional grade zero-turn riding lawnmower that they're flat out just donating, and we've been selling tickets on it throughout the year. The drawing will be at the Making Strides Walk next Sunday, the 21st, and you can get tickets $5 each or 3 for $10. And the winner, anywhere's in New York State, they'll deliver it for free. They said if beyond New York State, they'll talk about it, but they're offering free in anywhere's in New York. And so far they've raised quite a bit of money with that. It's been amazing. And any of the Real Men candidates can sell tickets on that. Or if you don't know a candidate and you want to just get one, just call our office locally, and we'll be glad to hook you up with that. But
excellent.
Yep.
John's a great man.
Yeah, he's looking forward to it.
Great man.
And if you've, he had a great picture of him and his granddaughter that we shared up on the Making Strides Facebook page, and that's just blown away. I mean, it's got like 8,000 views and likes and whatnot, and he just couldn't believe that. But it's a great photo. And so he's going to be there. I think Phil Ertz, our top Real Man candidate, he told me he's going to plan to try to be there. Of course, Gary and you guys, myself, I'm trying to think of some of the other folks. Some of the guys from brand new this year is Tucker Backyard Pools, and there's 2 guys there, Ben Tucker and Tommy Lawson, and they're planning to be there as well. They're super excited about that. Which I should mention too. I found out through what they're doing as a fundraiser is if you need any pool supplies, chemicals, whatever else stuff, if you make a donation to them for Real Men Wear Pink, they will match that in store credit. So if you make up to $100, so if you make a donation to them for $100, they'll give you a $100 gift card for Tucker Backyard Pools.
Oh, that's cool.
Super cool.
So if you have a pool and you need any chemicals or other types of stuff for it, that's a good opportunity. It's through the end of the month.
Chicken's looking for a skimmer.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. And so those are the ones off the top of my head. I know there's probably other ones I'm forgetting, but I think some of the guys from Town Square might be there too.
Awesome.
So I think Dave Wheeler and maybe Keith James too might be there.
Great.
So
Old friend.
Yep. So there should be a good group of guys, and hopefully you'll have a fun time with it.
Maybe Keith can get up and play with you, relive some memories. You guys played in a band together, right?
Yeah, he was in Dashboard.
He was in Dashboard. Yeah, right.
So.
Duh.
Again, it was a fuzzy time for all of us.
Black.
I have to say, for the little bit of time that I worked on one relay, for the 5 years that I was with one relay, you had how many?
Oh, there was like 8 in the area.
8?
At least, yeah.
And that's one event, and you've got all the other events that go out through a year. It was exhausting. I mean, I remember I would have to take my 2-week vacation after relay because I would be in bed. I mean, I took twice. I ended up in the hospital. I mean, you're there for from Thursday to Sunday nonstop, and that was me doing my job. But for 24 years, I mean, that's I don't want to gloss over it and not mention that's I can't imagine the amount of time you put in and the amount of work, and it's not just the stuff that we see. I know the amount of back office and coordination just for an event like this is amazing. So I mean, I don't think I've ever actually said that to you, but this is definitely the chance to say that's amazing.
Well, I appreciate it. It's
admirable.
It's I know a lot of people over the years that I've when I first started the job, I didn't know too many people who had cancer. I know a few, but over the years I've known tons of them, and some still with us, some who aren't with us. And when you have one of those days where you just want to bang your head against the wall, I just think of the folks that we do this for, and that always re-inspires you.
And that statement right there is what makes you a beautiful soul. No, I'm serious. Yeah. You are. I mean, this is, like Gary said, this is no easy task, what you do every day. And it's not just a relay, and it's not just Real Men Wear Pink. It's 365, constant for 24 years.
Yeah. And, you get to know everybody on a personal level. So, unfortunately, in many ways, you get to know them during the worst time of their life. Yeah. And, but hopefully you get to see them come out of that and have better years, and that's the payoff for that. And I've the last year I had somebody who is a good friend of mine who was actually at the Relay for Life in Utica College, which has become my event, and was at the event just in April. And that morning, the event ended, and about 5 hours later, they were in St. Luke's emergency room because of an aneurysm that they discovered a brain tumor, it was brain cancer. And then 2 weeks later, they were down in Philadelphia getting treated in emergency surgery and whatnot. And they stayed at our Hope Lodge in Philadelphia, and for 3 months. And people who don't know what Hope Lodge is, it's our home away from home for patients and their families who can stay there free of charge while they're away getting well. And if you think of you got to go to New York City or Philadelphia or one of these places and stay there for treatments for however long, how much it would cost you for a hotel room each of those times. It saves thousands of dollars for patients, and that has hit me a little bit much more this year. Just someone who I've been close with who is going through something like that, and on the good side of things, doing well and back at it and everything else, which is great. But
the back end of it too, he's lucky he's got you too, because you have all this information you could provide for him.
Yeah, yep, and but that's why people say, well, I can give you $5. What's that going to do? It's better than not having $5.
Right, exactly.
And that's what keeps these types of programs and things available is keeping Hope Lodges open and keeping support lines available and all those types of things.
Ronald McDonald houses.
Yep, exactly. It's a similar type of setup as like a Ronald McDonald house, except it's just for cancer patients. And it's those types of things that makes you feel good to be able to offer to patients as well. And we don't write checks to patients. We can't just sit there and write a check out for however much they need. But if you can take all these other associated costs off their plate in terms of, okay, we're going to take care of the lodging costs for you. We're going to take care of working with your insurance company and kind of navigating through that. Or we'll help you apply for some of the programs that the drug companies have that can reduce medication expenses. We can help provide you with a wig while you're going through cancer treatments. If we can take care of some of those types of costs, then that only makes everything else that much better for you.
And like you're saying, the rides.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yep. I mean, for patients who don't have a ride, if they have to pay, use a taxi service or something like that, I mean, those are all costs that we can save somebody, and it's because we have people who are willing to write a check for $5 or $10 or whatever that it all adds up and makes a difference this way.
Yes, and this is where all this money goes to for the Real Men Wear Pink. It all goes to pretty much everything that Bob just said. Yeah. Yep. So people ask me all the time, well, where does the money get allocated to, and this and that, and it's a frequent question. And of course, people have the right to ask that question, but it goes education as well.
Yep, absolutely. A lot of people know us for research too, and expect that there's a lot going on with that, but it's the same thing. It says, well, there's money for research. What does that do for me here? Well, the two answers I can give you is if you know someone who has breast cancer and they're currently taking tamoxifen, that's one of the drugs that our research funding has helped develop. So someone who's taking tamoxifen, there's a direct relationship between the dollars that were raised and the research that was done and what you're currently doing. And the same with mammography. If we proved the effectiveness of mammography in screening for breast cancer. So if you think back however many years before mammograms, there was really no screening technique for it per se. It's that's a tangible benefit, you can say, is that we now have a screening method for that, and that's because of research dollars that we've invested over the years.
All from Real Men, or just throughout all these other events?
Over the years. ACS's research program just turned 100 2 years ago. So it's a long time of investing in research and patients and clinical trials and all these types of things. We've got over 40 scientists that we've sponsored that have gone on to win the Nobel Prize for their research. Seems like there's like another one each year, which is great. So I kind of lose track of the numbers after a while, but we try to sponsor researchers when they're young in their career, just getting established. Sometimes we're their first grantee. It gets their whole lab established and gets them off and running because they have a great premise that they want to approach. And the young researchers are the ones that have a hard time finding that first grant because the competition for research funding is tough, as those dollars have kind of tended to dry up a little bit. So if we can get them established and get them started and get a good group of data together, then they have so much better chance of getting one of the government grants or things that come along down the line. But they often need that startup money to get their lab established and get those first few years of research under their belt to show that their promises got something to it.
We talked about events earlier. What are the other established events that you guys do? You do the Relay, you got the Real Men. There's more.
Relay and Real Men are our two key, or Making Strides are our two kind of landmark ones. Then Real Men, where Pink, of course, spins off of Making Strides. We do Coaches versus Cancer, which is a huge thing. It's usually in the high schools or college ranks where we have coaches that will work with their teams to do a coaches night and raise funds through that. And we have a lot of local schools that will participate in doing a Coaches versus Cancer night or a tournament of some sort. Daffodils we did for a long time. That kind of went away, and it might be coming back. You heard it here first. Depending what happens. That's in the spring. But we've kind of trying to get away from this event of the month club where when I first started, we literally have an event every single month. And my first event was Power Aerobics, if you want to talk about something funny. I walked in and we did this event called Power Aerobics where you just sponsor someone to do aerobics for like an hour or two. And it was the 90s. What can I tell you? but
is there video of that?
Yeah, probably, but who knows? And
did Moyer do it? Did Moyer do it? He did, didn't he?
And we went from that to daffodils to we had a craft show to a golf tournament. It was just something every single month. So finally they realized, listen, let's just focus our efforts and do something that's big but effective, like Relay for Life and Making Strides, and put our efforts towards that. And so I think we kind of went the opposite extreme where we were just doing these two big events, and now we're kind of in a happy medium. I think we have some smaller events too, but it's not coming to people every single month asking for donations. It's either a niche like a Coaches versus Cancer type of event, or it's a giant community event like a Relay or Making Strides, and they're kind of spring and fall time, so there's a little bit of space out between them.
Do you have a date for Coaches versus Cancer?
It depends on the schools. I know Adirondack has one every year. I know Poland has one. Remsen has one. RFA does one.
Is it all one day, or do they have it?
They pick their own
out?
day.
Okay,
they look at their schedule and they pick a game to be their coach's game. So it could be any game on their schedule that they want. But the one in RFA is that's probably one of the biggest ones, and that's usually in January each year.
Gotcha.
So they're successful. It's great. I mean, it's great to see. Right. The students love it.
And how long has that been a thing?
Coaches have been around a while. It's mostly been in the colleges.
Yeah.
But it's filtered down to the high schools probably. It's been a little while, probably 8 to 10 years maybe, but some schools don't pick up on it. And sometimes they get a different AD in that really this is their thing and they really like this, or the school gets impacted in some way. Maybe they have a cancer that's impacted a faculty member or an athletic member, and this is their way that they want to get involved.
Every time I hear about Coaches versus Cancer. I always think of like Jimmy V.
Yeah, me too.
You know, it's just that inspirational speech that he gave and
Yep.
everything. It just like touches home every time.
That speech has made such a lasting impact. If you think about that, that was what, 1993?
And he still play it every
Right?
year, and
They
it still
play every year.
works every time.
And it's still powerful. I feel like every year it gets more powerful and powerful.
Chills.
There's that
Oh, yeah.
man standing there on his deathbed. But it was unbelievable. It's still a touching moment, and that's an iconic moment, you know?
It's where the guy tears.
Yeah.
You know?
Seriously.
You do.
It really kind of spun off from that because that's when the college communities decided they really wanted to do something about this and came together and organized this type of program. So it's among the college athletic coaches that really this started up from.
Right, and I know Boeheim gets involved
Mm-hmm.
pretty much every year, too.
He was
He
very
does
involved with that. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, man. Gary, you play a lot of benefits often? Is that your thing? Or
Yeah, I mean,
when you can help out?
Yeah, I mean, it's through the years I've done an incredible amount, certainly more than I can count. Now that I'm touring so much and playing so much, I work every Friday, Saturday, and Sundays tend to be my only day with my family.
Well, you're still a fireman?
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
into my 18th year with Sylvan Beach Fire Department.
Wow.
So it's so it's been a
18
long time.
years?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so I'm into my 18th year of service, and it's
You started when you were 3 then?
oh, I love you. Oh, I love you. Yeah, it's just been that's been incredibly rewarding. But just my time has become so divided that a lot of the time I can't say yes. It's just I have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, so unfortunately, a lot of the time Sundays are only day to do actual family things. When there are things, I might have a Tuesday afternoon going on, but what can you take the kids to do then? So I am doing one on the 27th at the Shriners Building for my parents were musicians. They were in a band. They started in the early 70s. Well, my mom's been playing since the 60s. She's a musical genius and just unbelievable. But they started the band in the 70s and played up until the late 90s. And their guitar player, who I idolized growing up, and I mean, they were a wedding band, a party band. They never really did a lot of clubs, so I was able to go. They did a Moose Club when I was 5 and go play, or if they did a wedding or a private party, a lot of the time that's where I got a lot of my experience really at the beginning before I started hooking up with some of the more rock oriented club bands when I was like 12 or 13. But regardless, their guitar player passed away last week.
Sorry
Of cancer. Came quickly, really aggressive. So we had planned this benefit ahead of time for his medical expenses, and now it's going to kind of be a memorial / benefit. But the family got hit with a lot, and so I'm glad to be a part of that. And that's one of those things. I unfortunately had another event that day, but for somebody who I grew up watching and learned so much from, it's obviously important. And I try to help out anytime that I can for things. It's just unfortunately being able to say yes is not always an option. But I try to do at least 2-3 a summer at least, at the very least. But and to be able to do something like this is karmatically just feels good as well.
I'm blown away by 18 years of fire service here. Like, you got 2 more years and you're retired, pal.
Yeah, I wish.
And you're way younger than me.
Yeah, it's I can't believe it's been that long. It just it flies.
Yeah, it does. It does. But plug the benefit one more time.
It's October 27th at the Shriners Building in Utica. There's actually also a benefit that day for, I believe it's the benefit for Leah, which you guys may also see on Facebook.
Nick Pasalacqua.
Yeah, so that's happening the same day, and so there's a lot happening there. But you can find both those events on Facebook, and obviously we're trying to get people to donate here for a consolidated purpose. But if you have the ability to get there, it would be highly appreciated. And we said this earlier. I'm at this point trying to remember what we said often on air, but if the 11,000 people on my Facebook donated a quarter apiece, that would break my goal.
Yeah, hands down, right?
So I mean, if you said earlier $5 a piece, that would be epic. So I mean, anybody who can go to your page, I know you guys posted the link. Go to the page and drop $1. If I see somebody put 50 cents in my thing, I will not be insulted. I'll
Right,
be
exactly.
More than glad if that's what you have, if that's what you can do, that's fine.
Yeah.
It adds up.
Every little bit helps.
So, I won't say what fundraiser it is, but a local not-for-profit does a fundraiser every year, and a very small organization, and the change that they raise in a single day is normally about $3,000.
Wow.
So, and that's a local organization. Like I said, it's so something like this. I can only imagine what the relay must roll. Well, actually, no. That's another thing. I remember at the end of relay, we used to have to take all the change that we got, and it's thousands. So it's not to be looked down upon.
Yep.
Bob, we're taking a page out of Lawrence Siegel's book, and we're doing the can drive, too.
Okay.
As we've been collecting cans here, and everybody out in the D's all got their empty beer cans sitting at home.
Yep.
So
We'll have $20 worth after the D line tonight.
There you go. Perfect.
tonight. But I got a chance to meet Lawrence this past year working on the Paper Mill Island shows, and that dude's pretty inspirational.
Oh yeah. He's been a real man last year, maybe year before even. But
told me he's the number one raising candidate of like all New York State.
Yep.
He raised tens of thousands of dollars. This guy, he's
a
amazing.
nickel at a time. So it's amazing.
He was on a mission to change in 1 million cans. 1 million cans. And I think he just hit it.
Yep.
Honestly, he just
awesome.
hit it. So he's an intense dude, but he's all about the cause, man. And this guy, he doesn't have to do what he does, and he's in there getting into the garbage cans and taking out cans, and
it's a lot of work too.
It's a lot of work what he does.
You should take it to one of those places that do those specials. They pay you like 7-8 cents a can.
He does.
Oh, does that what he does?
In fact, the one on Bleecker Street he does. In fact, that's the one where we're going to take all our cans to.
Cool.
And then he's got a place in Syracuse as well. He gets like 6 cents. That's his thing. Another 6 cents to the fight against cancer.
Yeah.
He's always on his Facebook Live. He's not. I love watching him. I love watching this because he's so passionate about it, and it affected him personally, and so he's on a mission, and it's great to see, man. And we need more people like him.
Absolutely, yeah. And I want to give a shout out too, because Nick Paslock was one of our real men this year participating, and his daughter has been battling. She's very small. So when I found out after he had agreed, I written to him and said, "Listen, Nick, you got enough stuff going on with your family. Don't worry about this, and we'll come back to you next year or whatever." And he wrote back and he said, "Nope, I'm committed to doing this, and I want to do it." And I've had a couple people say, "No, that's a real man right there."
It really is.
And
Great
so
dude.
I just want to publicly congratulate him for stepping up like that, because it's amazing what he's doing.
In fact, he's going to be on the show next week.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, plug in the Leah benefit, and also talking about Real Men Wear Pink. And
Oh, I didn't
Nick's
even
a
put
great
that together.
man.
Funny thing, I talk about the benefit. My wife has been following it, and I didn't even. I met him to do one of these fundraiser things, and I didn't even put together it was him. It's just, sorry, it blows me away. I it's one of those things as a parent. I have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old daughter. My wife just keeps saying, "What if? Can you imagine?" And I can't. I can't. I simply just can't. I can't imagine the crippling, what that would do to me. How I'd feel. So he wins all the points in my book.
he's going through
incredible.
a lot, and
Yeah.
on top of running a law firm and everything.
Yeah.
And if you need legal help quick, you better
call Nick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Call him at cnytriallaw.com for more information. Nick's he's a sponsor around here on the D, and has been a friend for a while. So much love out to you, Mr. Pasalacqua. That's for damn sure.
Yep.
But hopefully he'll show up to the bartending night at
That would be
Makeley's,
great.
man, and be good to see him as well. But yes, like I said, he will be on the show next week at some point. So I did talk to him today. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Well, I am looking forward to Wednesday, man. I am. I'm just looking forward to hanging out with you, Gary. I feel like we didn't even scratch the surface.
No, it's a lot of years too. I mean, to think of how far back it goes, but
You're a kid. You grew up right before my eyes.
yeah, it's
You
crazy.
got soap. Look at you. I want to squeeze your cheek.
So what are you doing? $1 per song or something like that, or?
You can pick name your price. I mean, I'm not gonna really set guidelines unless we come up with something insane for me to do. Then I might say, all right, that's gonna be X amount of dollars. But no, it can.
You gonna put out a tip jar?
Yeah, so tip jar, I'll be out in front. If you want to hear a song, just let me know. And I trust honor system drops something in the bucket. And if you feel like me singing something embarrassing is worth $1, then I'll do it, or $5, whatnot. But there's a lot of ways that can be a lot of fun.
And they can send in the request through the interweb too, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to go Facebook Live, and I think you guys are as well. So they can text me, the requests right there, and then we can kind of go from there. And the one thing that's quite interesting about people texting requests visibly, because normally my shows are by text requests, but it goes in my phone directly, and I can see them. But if everybody can see them, they'll send each other on these weird tangent wormholes. So I'm sure it'll be.
You got to expect that all the time, though.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Because, I mean, you know, somebody says the Backstreet Boys, and they think NSYNC, and they think Justin Timberlake, and they think O-Town, and they think 98 Degrees, and Britney Spears, or Christina Aguilera. Next thing you know, I'm singing Oops, I Did It Again, you know, something, who knows. But it's, again, I don't care. It's, you know, I've done, when I first started doing the college thing, I do the looping, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
The first showcase I ever did, I found out when I got there that I wasn't allowed to do anything. Was not even allowed to use anything that took batteries. So it was just me and my guitar. I had to find out a gimmick to book myself in front of all these colleges. And the request thing was kind of what I fell back on. And I realized that it was going to be, you know, the way to go. So the first request that I took, I stood in front of 800, 900 kids in the middle of this foyer in a hotel in Buffalo, New York. And so what do you want to hear? And the first girl yells out, Barbie girl. And I look at my agent, and he looks back at me. He's like, well, are you taking requests or not? So I just, for whatever, I was super. I mean, and people who know me now, who knew me back in high school, probably couldn't imagine, because if I didn't have a guitar in my hand, I was really shy, really quiet. I still kind of am a lot of the time, believe it or not. And even with a guitar, you know, I was kind of worried about how people are going to perceive it. For whatever reason, that moment, I just did it. And for the first couple weeks, as the videos obviously showed up, people are kind of making fun of me. Well, you think, you know, you're calling me a sellout and this and that. But now it takes me all over the country. And I, you know, these schools that I'm playing, my heart will go on, and the Wannabe by the Spice Girls, but they buy my CDs, and when I go back to these schools, you know, I'm playing my original music, or they're spreading it, and that's but regardless, it's still better than I can flip burgers during the day and play music at night, or I can play whatever they want to hear and then write my own music. And you know, so it's just kind of a interesting thing, and I just became, like I said, unembarrassable. So if bring it on Wednesday, I'm not scared.
Now, do you try to emulate the song, or do you just kind of make it your own?
Always emulate, especially with the loop. Well, with the loop show, because I've got the ability to do harmonies and auto tune, and I can play the bass and guitar. For the piano show, it's somewhere in between. I don't ever really do the kind of the lounge version, the Richard Cheese, although that would be kind of funny.
Hell yeah.
Style, you know, a lot of the guys in the college market, that's what they do, is they'll take a Ludacris song, whatever, and they'll kind of just lounge it up and make it sound sultry, and that to me feels done. So I'll try, as like I said, piano show, I'll try to get as close as I can with what I have in front of me. But it's a lot of crowd participation too, because I think the way that I kind of just show people, I don't care, you're not going to care, let's just all be a part of it. So the people that, when I start to play Justin Bieber or a Taylor Swift song that kind of just gave me the dirty look, you watch them 30 seconds later, they're singing along. That's how it works.
And they're coming back to you next time you're in town too. They're going to come right back to your show because you fulfilled their request. You know?
Well, that's the thing, is I want them to feel validated. I want them to say, you know, it's because part of it is how ridiculous can it be, but you know, there's also obviously primarily I'm a musician, so if somebody wants to hear it's a piano show, so a Billy Joel song or a Bruce Hornsby song, I want to do it justice and do it correctly and fulfill that side of it too. But probably for this, it's going to be a lot of chaos.
It'll be a monster combo. You and Joe Altier together.
Oh wow,
that'd be fun.
Yeah, you guys would be a monster.
I don't think we've never played together, but I don't think I've actually even had a conversation with him.
Oh no, he's one of my best friends. I love him.
I've seen him play before.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you guys would be a monster combo. We gotta set that up.
That would be great.
Yeah,
doing like a dueling pianos type of thing.
Yeah, that would be cool. Have you ever done that?
I did. Keith and I did that years ago. We did it at Celtic Harp. We did a residency every Thursday for like 4 months, and with a proper dueling piano show, it's pretty amazing, because this is actually something we can kind of do. Is they do play that song and stop that song. So if you pay me $1 to play the Spice Girls and you decide you hate it, you put down $2. And the Vegas guys are making,
and that's what we're doing on Wednesday.
Yep. So those Vegas guys are making bank. So we used to do that. And it was a lot of fun. And Keith and I had very diverse musical backgrounds, very different musical backgrounds. So it was nice because a lot of the pop stuff was stuff that I was familiar with, and a lot of the traditional stuff he was really dead on with. So it was a cool thing.
Yeah, you could bring that back, man.
Got a week to think of your request for that.
Well, we just came up with one game right there. You play the Spice Girls for $1, and if you want them to stop, 2.
Yeah. Hey, you want me to start up again? 3.
Yeah, so if you started it for 5, then you got to throw in 10 to stop it, right? It's got to be a double.
Stop that song.
I'm gonna request "Bitch Better Have My Money."
Hilarious! It's all going down Wednesday, October 17th at Wakely, 700 Varick Street. Guest bartending. We're going to be there. The D's going to be there. I just found out my friend John Caladona from Clinton Track Tractor's going to be there as well as Gary Johnson bringing the entertainment. It's going to be a great time. I know Marissa over at Wakely's, she was like, so do I got to kind of just oversee everything? Do like some of these people know how to bartend? Does anybody have an experienced bartend? I know we all do.
We do, yeah.
Way too many years.
Aside from you guys, I'm going to say probably not. But,
no.
But who knows?
We'll see. I don't
It'll be
think
good bar backs.
Yeah.
Okay, get me beer.
Yeah, there you go.
Guest bar backs.
Hey, Spider.
Yeah.
I think I've done it all: bartending, bouncing, bar backing.
Yeah.
And you owned a bar, so you've done it all.
I even clean toilets.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I'm not cleaning the toilets over there. I'm done with this.
Not even for old time's sake.
So that's your line. We find your line.
Yeah. I'm like,
There you go. Let's see.
right. Well, guys, thanks so much for coming in. This has been fun. It's been good to catch up. Our yearly get together, right, Bob?
Absolutely.
And whatever if you have an event, whatever, please include us here at the D, and we want to help out as much as we can and getting us involved with Relay for next year and all that and
Absolutely.
And big love out to Mel wherever she is.
She'll be listening, I'm sure.
She's going to be on the D line really soon too,
Yep.
right?
The 25th.
The 25th. She's going to be talking football with the boys.
Good.
On the 25th. Gary Johnson, you got any shows you want to plug? Where are you playing this weekend?
Point Place Casino, Bridgeport on Friday. Wedding on Saturday. Lots of private stuff. So that's it until so I got next week at Wakely's, and other than that, it's kind of low key for a bit.
How can people find you online?
GJ Solo, anywhere, any social media at all, you'll find me. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat.
Excellent. Do me a favor. Share this to your 11,000 people, please.
Already did.
Thank you so much. I want to remind everybody to listen to this podcast and previous podcasts of EC Radio and all the content we have here on the day at disruptionnetwork.net. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. We're not on Snapchat. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said Snapchat.
Yeah,
no.
we should be. But
Twitch.
Yep.
I don't know. Snapchat's a little weird. It's for the kids.
Yeah, I don't like selfies, so.
But we're pretty much on every social media platform. I also got to remind people we got a big party happening this Saturday at the JCC, 2310 Oneida Street in Utica. Trip Fest 2, baby. We're bringing back Taurus. We got Thunderwatt, the Crazy Fools, and we're doing a 315 All-Star tribute to the Grateful Dead. Because if you're having Trip Fest in honor of Vinny, Captain Trip Moriel, you got to have a dead band. So come in, pick through all of Captain Trip's personal treasures. There's going to be beer, wine, food trucks, local artist display. Tickets $10, and they're at Big Apple right now, or at the JCC. So they're only $10. If you want to get yourself a hard ticket, go up there. Save yourself $5 because they're $15 at the door. Partial proceeds to benefit Laney's Army. And Trip Fest is brought to you by our good friends over at Doughboy Barbecue. Of course, your friends here at the D, Priceless Inspection, Saranac Brewery, Dr. Scott, Domenico, and Donato Appraisal Services. Also, much love and respect out to my man Mike Sacco, General Manager over at Nye Volkswagen in Rome. Stop in their showroom at 5865 Taberg Road in Rome and see why all their customers love their Nye VW. Mention the D, Disruption Networks. You're walking in there, you say, hey, listen, I'm friends with the D, I listen to the D, and you want to buy a car, they're going to give you $250 off of that purchase. Check out their inventory at nyvdubofrome.com. And also, I'm going to be hanging out there on Wednesday morning. I'm going from Wednesday morning to Nye VDub over to Wakely's to do some guest bartending. So it's going to be a busy day on Wednesday, but I'm looking forward to it because I love it. I love this shit. I do. And we got to give love and respect out to EJA Moving Company, the professional movers, competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, complete packing and unpacking services. Call them today at 315-335-0516. Make the EJA Moving do all the moving for you. Let them do all the work. That's what they're there for. They make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Hit them up, ejamoving.com. Good people over there.
Save the beer and pizza for when you're at home after you move.
Seriously. Like, treat yourself to the beer and pizza because you had somebody else do all the work for you.
Absolutely.
Or buy the guys at EJA the pizza and beer because they deserve it too. They definitely deserve it. So, and don't forget, on Wednesday, the 17th, we're going to be at Wakely, 700 Varick Street in the Brewery District of Utica. Come hang out with us for the Real Men Wear Pink guest bartending spot. We're all going to be down there hanging out from 5 to 8. And Bob, you're going to be there, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Is Mel going to be there?
Yes, she told me she would be, yes.
All right, we're going to put her ass behind the bar, too, even though she's not a man.
She'll do it.
Put her behind the bar.
Is Addie going behind the bar?
Hey, we're putting Addie behind the bar, too.
She's more of a man than all of us.
Right? Addie could be our bar back. No, she's probably giving me a thumbs down right now. Like, no, I have no bar back. Nah, but I know Addie would be coming to hang out with us. We haven't seen her in a while.
No.
So it'd be good to hang out with our friend Adeline and everybody. Yes, guys, thanks one more time for coming on, man. This has been a lot of fun, and like I said, if both of you have upcoming events or anything you want to plug or whatever, please keep us in mind here at the D. See, but not the Stream Deck not working right now, Chicken, it kind of throws me all off right now. You know that?
Yep. Oh, I know it.
Kind of throws me all off, and you're going to be on the D line a little bit, so you're going to get confused yourself.
Yay!
Yay!
More technical difficulties.
On Monday, I got Josh KO coming in from KO Industrial, the horror realm, man. The dude's an old friend, and it'd be good to see him.
This is his time to shine right now.
Oh, yeah, it's a good time.
Usually has a full parking lot.
We'll see you on Monday. See ya.
You know what the hell you're listening to?
It's EC Radio.
We are a generation of lost masculinity, and we got to start getting it back. No matter if you're straight or gay, no matter if you stick it in the front or you stick it in the rear. For the love of our sons, we've got to stick it in there like a man.
EC Radio.
Only on the D.
So you just bought your dream home, and now it's time to move. Let's face it, nobody likes to move. All the packing, unpacking, lifting, upstairs, downstairs, and broking everything, including your back. Let the professionals at EJA Moving Company take all the stress and pain out of your move. Competitively priced moving, relocation services, office moves, and complete packing and unpacking services. They work with everybody to make it simple and easy for you to move and relocate. Call EJA Moving Company at 315-335-0516. When it's time to relocate, have EJA Moving do all the work for you. Hit them up online, ejamoving.com.
Hey, Disruption Network. This is Mike Sacco, the general manager at Nye Volkswagen of Rome. If you don't know me by name, it's only because you have not received the best deal. There's only one reason to leave Utica, and that's to come see me in Rome and get the best deal on your next new, pre-owned, or certified VW. Mention that you heard this ad from Disruption Network and receive $250 off your next vehicle purchase. You'll know why our customers say, I love my Nye VW. Come see us at 5865 Rome Taberg Road in Rome, or visit us online at nyvwofrome.com.
Join us Saturday, October 13th, as Disruption Network and Doughboy Barbecue presents Trip Fest 2 at the Jewish Community Center, 2310 Oneida Street in Utica. A night to pay homage to Vinny, Captain Trip Moriel. Utica icon, yo! Come pick through all Captain Trip's personal treasures, local artist display, food from Doughboy Barbecue, beer, wine, and live music. Bands include, after a 24-year hiatus, the return of Taurus, Kate Devin, The Crazy Fools, Thunderwatt, and a 315 All-Star tribute to the Grateful Dead. Tickets are $10 in advance and $15 at the door. Partial proceeds to benefit Laney's Army. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Taurus kicks it all off at 6:30. It's Trip Fest 2, Saturday, October 13th. Trip Fest 2 is sponsored by Nye Volkswagen of Rome, 92.7 FM The Drive, Priceless Inspection, Donato Appraisal Services, Dr. Scott Domenico, and Saranac Brewery.
The Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley was born when three top producing agents with over 25 years of combined experience selling real estate joined forces to take real estate to the next level. We practice with honesty, integrity, and the knowledge to help make the buying and selling process easy and stress-free for all of our clients. We pledge to always make our clients our top priority from start to finish and even after the house is closed. We will always be a valued resource for information and assistance for our buyers and sellers. Our customers over the years have become not only past clients, but great friends. As we join hands together as the Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley, we look forward to serving our clients and our community and making a positive difference. You can reach us at 315-601-9630 for all of your real estate needs.